and away. We're giving away home game tickets on UT Ticket Tuesday, presented by TVFCU. Road game tickets will be given away each Monday before a road game, presented by USS. For all the details on Vols 25, visit ESPNCleveland1013.com. You're listening to Paul Feinbaum on ESPN Cleveland 1013. The Drive is coming up. The ESPN Cleveland 1013 lineup is supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. WholesaleSupply.us.
This is Alfonso Reviso, General Manager over at Crown in Cleveland, your local Jeep and Ram dealership.
ESPN Cleveland 1013 has scored its very own app.
He shoots and scores.
With the ESPN app, you can listen live from anywhere. You'll get the links for the very latest sports news and information. Somebody made a huge trade? You'll know about it. Access to the latest scores and standings? You'll have it. Go to ESPNCleveland1013.com and download the brand new ESPN Cleveland 1013 app today at ESPNCleveland1013.com.
Hey, Andy Morris here. Join me along with my co-host on The Drive, presented by Hardees, weekdays at 5 p.m. on ESPN Cleveland 1013. Cleveland and Bradley County's local sports show, weekdays at 5 on ESPN Cleveland 1013.
From the Kia of Cleveland Studios, this is ESPN Cleveland 1013, WCLE HD2 Cleveland, W267BI Cleveland, ESPN Cleveland 1013.
The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making the top of your house the best it can be. Visit bestbuymetalroofing.com.
It's time for The Drive on ESPN Cleveland 101.3, presented by Hardees. We will bring you nonstop sports news from the national and local scene and everything in between. So buckle up and join in on the conversation. It's The Drive.
Don't take no style. Got a thirst for killing. Think of
Welcome back to The Drive here on ESPN Cleveland. Andy here along with Jim and Jacob. Excited to start another week with you gentlemen. And as we were just discussing before we went live, this is the first show that we've done together since last Wednesday.
Isn't that crazy?
A lot of stuff's happened between then and now. So, Jim, how'd everything go Thursday and Friday?
It went pretty good. I tell you what, Eve did a great job on Friday. We only had a half hour. I'll tell you, he loved it. We had a good time.
He's so funny. He really is. He's got such a good personality.
And he's very knowledgeable in sports and everything. He's a pro Alabama, though, man.
He is.
No, he's not.
He is.
He's a closet Tennessee fan. We all know.
He is looking forward to the Georgia game coming up this Saturday, man.
I think Jacob's looking forward to that
who's
game.
Who's not excited about Georgia, Alabama, right?
It's going to be a good weekend. I'm pretty sure game day is going to Oregon and Penn State. Like it's gonna be.
So I'm glad you threw that out there. I was going to ask, are you more excited about Georgia, Alabama, or Oregon, Penn State?
Well, me personally, it's Oregon and Penn State.
Yeah,
because I'm an Ohio State guy, so
ties into you a little bit more.
Yeah.
And obviously, Jacob, Georgia, being the Bulldog fan you are, this is kind of like a get back at you opportunity for you guys.
Well, I mean, like we're 1-9 against them, since like 2000 and I think it's 8. But this will be the first time since like 12 that they've came to Athens.
Wow.
Yeah, and so. A lot of our matchups are in Mercedes-Benz Stadium or Lucas Oil.
Yeah, up in Indianapolis. Were they supposed to come in 2020 and the COVID messed that one up?
No, the only really mix-up we've ever had is we had to go to Auburn 2 years in a row because of realignment, which I always thought was kind of dumb because there was a way to get around that, but the SEC was just basically like, nope, like you're going to have to go to Jordan-Hare twice. And so
we're going to talk about the SEC here in a minute doing some stuff like that.
Yes, we are.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
Chris Lowe leaked that, man. SEC Network hates it.
I'm super excited because since Kirby Smart has been there, we've lost one home game, and it was in 2019 against South Carolina. And so give me the dogs at night with Alabama coming to town. Like, I'm excited. Tickets are. Does anybody got $600 laying around? Because I'll go.
Listen, Jacob's already making his pick. I'm waiting for him to pull a Pat McAfee and take his clothes off and jump off a platform into a pool or something.
That was hilarious.
That was
By the way,
fun.
the 2 longest winning streaks in college football are on the line on Saturday. Georgia's won, 34 straight or 36 straight?
You talking about home games?
Home games.
It's up there.
I think it's either 34 or 36, one of those two. And then Washington has won 22 straight. They got Ohio State coming there.
That's about to end.
Alabama's coming to Sanford Stadium. So you got the 2 longest winning streaks really getting tested big time this coming Saturday. Y'all, I love the way we get into college football on Monday shows. It is so fun. There were so many things that happened this past weekend. I mean, you got Auburn fans are all up in arms on the non-calls that went against them.
I mean, as they should be.
And then Auburn, then a gut punch today with their basketball coach. He's retiring.
Breaking news, by the way.
Yeah.
Bruce Pearl has announced his retirement. Despite a lot of the rumors of him getting into politics, he shot those down today during an interview that was released. So it sounds like he's kind of handing the reins over to his son to run the Auburn's men's basketball program.
And then we got Clemson sitting there, with 3 losses now. Florida, we all already know what's going on there. So you got all of these stories, and we've got an hour show to get all this stuff in. It's almost impossible.
I think I've got another one. I do. The ACC just announced that they are going to move to non-conference games with at least one non-conference game as a Power 4 team.
Love it.
Good for them.
So-
Good for them.
And I bet you money the Big Ten will also, and the Big 12 will probably also say we're requiring you guys to play one, Power 5,
So
Power 4 team.
I have a question on this. So when it comes to ACC football, Notre Dame is a non-member, but they have a 5-game tie-in. How does that factor in?
I think. Does that 5-game tie-in count to their ACC record?
No, it does not.
Okay.
No, it does not.
Then I'm okay. Then I'm okay with counting that as your non game.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's going to be kind
Sure, I
of
am
built
too.
in.
If Notre Dame counted against your ACC record, then I would say you'd have to go outside and play somebody else besides Notre Dame. If it does not count against their ACC record, I'm fine with that counting as one of their non-conference.
Yeah, it does not.
And before we dive into all this stuff, because we do, Jim's
We've got
right,
so much to talk
a
about.
lot
today.
to talk about, but we've got some giveaways, some big time things
Big
going on
time.
here.
Yeah.
And Cleveland Insurance. Listen, Josh, I'm thinking of my guy Josh Rogers. You're talking about Georgia fans and stuff, but our guy Stephen Shelton, who's gonna give me a hard time now because I just said Josh Rogers instead of Stephen Shelton. But our guy,
Well, they go to the same barber.
that's right. The Slick and Shine. Don't you go there too,
I
Jacob?
I do too.
So's Jim. That's right.
I'm in the need of one real quick.
But Shelton has lost his mind because Cleveland Insurance has decided to do a giveaway every single day this week right here on the drive. And this is what's going on. Cleveland Insurance, who offers Erie Insurance, is celebrating Erie being voted the number one auto insurance in the United States, according to Consumer Reports. To celebrate, they've teamed up to give away a Buffalo Wild Wings gift card every single day this week at 5 p.m. We'll do it a little before 5.
Yep.
And so we're getting the word out right now, but they're doing that right here on the drive. All you have to do to enter is text your name and Cleveland Insurance to the Volunteer Ritapest text line at 423-749-1013. Once again, that's your name and Cleveland Insurance to 423-749-1013 for your chance to win a $50 Buffalo Wild Wings gift card, compliments of Cleveland Insurance.
That is such a cool deal. So, yeah, just get out there. Just, like I said, text to 423-749-1013 and include your name. Got to have your name, of course, and Cleveland Insurance. Include your phone number, too, so we can get in touch with you, too. So your name, phone number, and Cleveland Insurance to the Volunteer Ritapest text line 423-749-1013, and we'll announce the winner of that towards the end of the show.
And listen, if you make it to where we just have to message you back and you don't respond, Jacob's going to go eat some wings because he loves wings.
Well, Jacob says he could win a wing eating contest, and
He actually has won a wing eating contest.
I beat like
Beat up on a bunch of high school kids.
I did.
Jim.
We went to Zaxby's and a bunch of guys from the O line and D line, and then some cheerleaders as well. And hey, no cap. The second place finisher was a cheerleader. She pressed me.
Is that
she
right?
did. I got 10. She was down to 8.
Well, I got to tell y'all something, and you. My daughter, when she was, in middle school and high school, used to have girls come over and spend the night all the time. Girls can eat, man. Some of these girls can put down some serious food, so that's not shocking to hear that a girl put you to the test on eating wings. I had wings for lunch today, in fact, guys.
That sounds so good.
So, Jim, I ate 10 nuclear wings from Zaxby's in 53 seconds.
Whew. I bet that felt good.
It was awful.
I bet that was burning your eyes, and I bet your nose was running. Oh.
Well, let's just not talk about what the next day was like.
Oh, gosh.
Really, the next.
Yeah, that's way too much information.
Yeah, I was making fun of him. I enjoyed it just as much as he did.
Okay, guys, who's going to survive this year? I think Dabo's there for the long run. I don't think he's going anywhere. Billy Napier, does he survive the rest of this season?
Now, hear me out here. I know they dropped USF. They just played the number 3 and number 2 team in the country. Like you can't really like if he drops another game that he is favored to win in, he's gone.
They can't do anything offensively.
Their quarterback plays horrible.
Here's the thing: as a Georgia fan, I'm going to advocate that he keeps his job for as long as possible.
We know that. We're aware of that, but
in all seriousness, like I don't think you can fire him for the schedule that they have, but. I mean, they fired coaches for less. I know they fired Dan Mullen at a 31-9 record, and he's sitting at 20-22.
Okay, listen to this. All right, they're off this weekend. They've got Texas coming up. Now that is in Gainesville. Then they're at Texas A&M versus Mississippi State. Then they play the world's largest outdoor cocktail party against Georgia. And then it kind of gets a little easier at Kentucky, but then at Ole Miss versus Tennessee, and then versus Florida State. This is a brutal schedule. I mean, if they win 5 games, I think that's. I don't see more than 5 wins in that schedule. I just don't.
I don't see that. I don't see 3, Jim.
I know 5 to me is a stretch.
I don't see 3, and. I get Jacob's point. Your losses include LSU and Miami, and in a pretty tough South. You needed to win that South Florida game.
Oh, absolutely.
You really needed to win that one. But Texas A&M, Mississippi State, who's 4-0 by the way, and being slept on by a lot of people.
Well, Tennessee and they're going to have their hands full against Mississippi
this
State.
Saturday. Yeah. And that's over there in Starkville.
In Starkville, and we're giving tickets away to that too.
That's right. Hey, while we're talking about that, let's go ahead and do our Vols 25 giveaway.
There you go.
Presented by USS. We're also giving away tickets to Vols road games every Monday. Guess what? Today's Monday. This week's game at Mississippi State and also down the road, Alabama, Kentucky, and Florida. You can register on the ESPN Cleveland 1013 Facebook page. So be sure for our Vols 25 giveaway presented by USS. If you want to go to that game in Starkville, Mississippi against the Bulldogs, get on the ESPN Cleveland 1013 Facebook page to enter.
Yeah. So like you said, with I think this is so cool, by the way. And Tennessee travels well, but being as good of a season they're having thus far. And I know they lost to Georgia, but that was a very, very competitive game. Tennessee's there's going to be a lot of orange in Starkville on Saturday. I'd say I say 10,000 Vols fans may find their way in that stadium. I don't know. Maybe that's a stretch. But I think it's really cool to be giving away games. I love going to away games as a visiting fan, as long as you don't get around some obnoxious fans.
Yeah.
That can make it a little less fun, but it is fun. It's like us against the world, because you're outmanned big time, and I just love it.
Yeah, it's a fun experience just to go see the different campuses,
yes.
The tailgate atmospheres, which we've talked about on this show before. And listen, Mississippi State, you know what they're known for, right? The cowbell.
Oh gosh,
those
right.
cowbells are going to be ringing down there Saturday, and. This is I'm kind of torn on this because I want to believe that Mississippi State is a better football team. I really do. But I'm still just so sold on what Josh Heupel's been able to do with the Volunteers up to this point. And looking at last week, not not a good eye test to see, again, how Tennessee responds to a tough loss to Georgia, but they absolutely crushed UAB 56-24. And this is a team that offensively we've kind of seen flashes of what they're capable of. Who was Mississippi State? We don't know who they are. Their wins right now: Southern Miss, Arizona State.
That's a good
quality win. Alcorn State and Northern Illinois. You don't have a solid win outside of that Arizona State. That one win. So 4-0. Yeah, I get it. Well, you deserve a little attention, but they're not ranked for a reason.
And some people would say, well, Tennessee doesn't have a quality win. Well, that Syracuse win looks a lot better today than it did last Monday, after Syracuse just throttled. I mean, and there was not one moment in that Clemson game that Clemson looked like the better team.
Yeah.
It looked like a legit butt whipping that from the opening kickoff to the end of the game, Syracuse looked like the better team.
And here's the thing is, what I don't get about Clemson, and I understand why everybody picked them as contenders. They had 16 returning starters. They got a defensive coordinator from Penn State whose defense looked light out last year that a lot of people had faith in. They've got 5 guys, 3 of them which on the defense are probably going in the first or second round. Like, there's no reason they should be 1-3.
You're losing with good players.
Like, there's absolutely
the coaching has let them down. The coaching has let them down. They're not prepared, and that's on the coaching. I put that 100% on. They just were flat when that game started against Syracuse, and they never did get themselves. They were never in that game, man. It was a total beatdown from start to finish.
The bad news for Syracuse in that game: Steve Angeli, their quarterback, out for the season. He tore his Achilles.
I saw that.
And he was leading the country in pass yards. Steve Angeli, a Notre Dame transfer, I'm very familiar with Steve Angeli. Saw him play pretty well in his first game against Tennessee. Didn't have a terrible game and was getting better and better in that offense. And unfortunately, his season is, you can chalk it up, it's done.
Yep.
But the good news is, happened within that 4-game window, they're going to allow him to have that other extra year of eligibility.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Good for him.
Happened in that 4-game window.
Yeah, by the way, Fran Brown's making a name for himself in the coaching ranks right now, don't y'all think?
I think so.
I mean, if he stays at Syracuse, they're going to probably have to give him a hefty raise because there will be other schools sniffing around and wanting to talk with him. So I'm very impressed with him.
If Matt Rule can't win a close game, he might be Nebraska's next head coach.
There comes a point. Listen, Nebraska, the score doesn't indicate. Michigan dominated that game. Michigan was clearly the better team.
Yeah.
That Nebraska can't stop the run.
And they can't win a close game.
They can't.
Let's just be honest.
They've lost 28 consecutive games against ranked opponents.
Yeah, that was
28 straight.
That was 29. Michigan.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, that was 28 leading into that game. So
and I'm not trying to spark this argument again. Maybe I am. But, I just feel like Nebraska is not what they were.
Well, they're not what they were. They can be. They're just not yet. Listen, I think they've got a gret quarterback. I think Dylan Raiola looks great. I mean, he's thrown.
I'm out on him.
9 touchdowns, no 1 pick.
He's good. He has the talent to be very, very good. He dances around that pocket like he tries to be Patrick Mahomes. You know how everybody gave Steph Curry such a hard time for kids nowadays just chucking up threes? That's kind of what Pat Mahomes has done to an era of quarterbacks. I think Sellers is in that, which they don't really have an offensive line to block for him. But
apparently Arch Manning with his little sidearm stuff he does.
You just have all of this movement when he should just stay in the pocket, stand up, and throw.
Well, I like Raiola myself, so I do.
I'm not a fan. I know he's very talented. I'm just not a fan.
I feel like Nebraska now is Minnesota or they're Iowa. They're that organization in the Big Ten.
But the ceiling's higher for Nebraska than Iowa or Minnesota. It is. It just is.
Say that one more time.
The ceiling is higher for Nebraska than it is for Iowa or Minnesota. Nebraska can get to a higher point.
They once were.
I still think they can.
I think Minnesota. You're right on that. I think.
Well, they've tried it with Matt Rule. They've tried it with Scott Frost. Who's going to go out of their way to take that job when everybody that's had a good resume and went there fails when they go there? That tells me otherwise.
I think I get it. I know they lost. And listen, Michigan is a good team. I still believe Nebraska can be a big time. I think they can be a playoff team in the future. I really believe that. I'm not sold that Iowa or Minnesota can.
I mean,
do
they're
that.
not technically out of it now. Like, their schedule is pretty favorable. Like, they have a very Indiana type schedule this year. They just should have beaten that Michigan.
Glad you brought up Indiana. Can we talk about the beatdown that they put on Illinois?
Listen, I don't know if y'all know
That was terrible.
63-10. Did you know this will open your eyes? The 63-10 win is the greatest margin victory of any Big Ten team versus a top 10 opponent ever. From 1896, when the Big Ten was formed, to 2025, that's the largest margin of victory over a top 10 team.
And this is my thing with that. Why was Illinois a top 10 team?
Well, they were overranked. But at the end of the day, it still counts as a top 10.
And I agree with that, and I understand that. But why? Who in their right mind thought Illinois was a top 10 team?
Well, there's 64 AP voters. You need to ask them.
That's what I'm saying. That confused me so much. Jacob and I were even talking about it Friday. We're on our way back from Ottawa, and we were talking about different games and stuff. And I said, who gives Illinois more credit than Indiana?
I think the fact that they ended the season last year on a high point, they beat South Carolina in the bowl game. They looked good at the end of the year. And a lot of that is carryover from the previous year, which in college football shouldn't. But there's such a turnover.
Indiana played in the college football playoff last year.
I know.
They had a pretty flawless Big Ten resume
Do you know what
last year.
I think a lot of people held Indiana back down because they didn't play everyone. They didn't play anyone. They didn't play anyone. You heard that over and over and over and over and over.
And I agree with that.
We're going to rank them low because they don't deserve it. Well, doggone it, they beat the dog crap out of Illinois. They deserve to be top 15.
Yeah, they do.
I want to know where Indiana and Illinois were in the coaches poll, because I'll be honest, I'm out on the AP poll after that whole debacle of the girl who put Florida. They moved her up. Once I saw that, it almost took the wind out of my sails with
took the meaning out of it
with the AP poll.
Yeah.
And now I'm sitting here kind of reconsidering. I know it's a moneymaker. I understand that we do preseason polls because it gets people excited. But why are we judging teams of where they should be ranked after the first and second games of the season?
Okay, here in the coaches poll, Indiana is 12th in the coaches poll. They're 11th in the writers poll. Illinois is 23rd in both the coaches and the writers poll, so they're pretty much the same. That's what was released yesterday.
Yeah,
I would like to know what it was last week.
I'll tell you. Illinois was number 8 last week in the coaches poll.
Wow.
And Indiana
is that not mind-boggling?
Indiana was number 17 in the coaches poll last week.
What in the world did Illinois do to trump a ranking over Indiana? No, just looking at that matchup, not even looking at some of the other teams they were ranked over.
Here's the thing. Indiana,
what in the world?
The quarterback is the same in Illinois as they were last year. Indiana has a new guy, okay? So they've got a new quarterback. By the way, transfer from the University of California. Kid, he's thrown 14 touchdowns, 0 picks this year, leading the country in touchdown passes. Indiana, they're putting up ridiculous points, guys.
Yeah, and listen, maybe we should Google Kurt Signetti. Maybe we should Google him.
Listen, I never thought in my wildest dreams that Indiana could be a formidable football team. And for 2 years in a row, they have. They've lost 2 football games in what? They've played 4 games this year. So, I mean, in 17 games?
Yeah, I mean, it shows you what this transfer era / and I mean, honestly, Fran Brown is a great coach, but it's the same kind of stuff with being able to go out and get dudes
and relate to the kids and get them to come play for you.
Yeah,
absolutely, I agree with that. And listen, maybe if he ended up at Nebraska, he'd get the kids to come there and they'd win some ball games.
Maybe. We'll see.
Jim's like, shut up.
No, I'm not a Nebraska fan. I'm a Nebraska defender on this show, though.
Hey, real quick before we go to break, once again, we got a couple giveaways. Cleveland Insurance is giving away a $50 Buffalo Wild Wings gift card every single day this week. We're going to announce that at the end of each show. All you have to do to enter is text your name and Cleveland Insurance to the Volunteer Ridipest text line at 423-749-1013. That's 423-749-1013 with your name and Cleveland Insurance in the comment there. That's all you got to do in celebration of Cleveland Insurance, who offers Erie Insurance for auto coverage. So very awesome of Stephen Shelton and Cleveland Insurance to be doing that giveaway right here on ESPN Cleveland. With that, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, got plenty more football to talk about.
The Drive will be back after a quick timeout. Stay tuned for more nonstop sports talk on The Drive, presented by Hardees.
The difference between an average morning and a Hardee's morning is hearty goodness that lasts till lunchtime. Like Hardee's smoked sausage biscuit, split Hillshire Farm smoked sausage on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. And our Frisco breakfast sandwich with cherrywood smoked bacon or ham on toasted sourdough. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Download the app and join my rewards for special offers. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Your game week begins here with the players, the coaches, the experts. Big Orange talk and nothing but. This is Mike Keith, ready with your pregame scouting report from the people in the know. We break down every aspect, so you're ready for kickoff. Your pregame meeting happens here. Grab a chair, and let's talk some Big Orange football.
Listen to the Mike Keith Show Thursdays at 3 p.m. on ESPN Cleveland 101.3.
ESPN Cleveland 101.3 is powered by Duracell.
Cleveland Tire Center, locally owned and operated for over 45 years. Cleveland Tire, your one-stop auto care shop in Cleveland. North Lee Highway, where the name says it all.
At First Horizon, we know if there's a win, there's a way. Our team is here to help every step of the way with personal, business, or private banking. Stop by and visit us at one of our locations in Cleveland or give us a call at 423-559-7660. At First Horizon, we look forward to finding a way.
This is Alfonso Revizo, General Manager over at Crown in Cleveland, your local Jeep and Ram dealership.
Welcome back to The Drive, presented by Hardees. Join the conversation. Text 423-749-1013. You can also listen anywhere on our website, ESPNCleveland1013.com.
Duracell in Cleveland is now hiring mechanical skilled technicians, $22 to $27 an hour. Excellent benefits beginning day one: medical, dental, vision insurance, paid vacation, holiday pay, 401k, tuition reimbursement, and more. Apply now at Duracell.com. That's Duracell.com. And of course, we've been talking a lot of college football, and better to talk college football around here than the NFL as the Titans got drilled, and the Atlanta Falcons, what the heck happened to them? They got shut out, guys. It's one thing to get shut out. It's another thing to get shut out by the Carolina Panthers.
The Atlanta Falcons have too many weapons offensively to be getting shut out by anybody.
Unbelievable. Saturdays around here are so fun. Sundays, not so much. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about this yesterday. Obviously, I follow both Falcons and Titans very closely. I would consider myself more of a Falcons fan than anyone. But man, what a rough. Like, honestly, what a rough couple teams to have to follow this year if this is what we're going to get.
It is. And what is it? What the heck's going on with the Colts? You got
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. I was new. I couldn't remember. The Colts have punted one time the entire year. Once. That's incredible. He has lit up everyone that they've played so far. They're 3-0, and they look legit. They play really good defense. They got a lot of weapons on offense. I'm telling you, I'm shocked at how good the Colts look.
Yeah, so, you talking about the Falcons. Bryce Young in his career so far as a Panther is 7-26.
What, 3 of them against the Falcons, aren't they?
He's 3-1 against.
Yeah, 3-1. He owns the Falcons.
That's a team that's got the Falcons number. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
he's got the Falcons number, but he's won 4 games against everyone else. That is incredible, man. And the Falcons looked so good the week before against Minnesota, and then this yesterday they absolutely did not show up. It's unbelievable. But you know what? Around here, we're used to it.
Yeah.
Are we not?
Well, it's okay. I'm a Raiders fan, and the Raiders are a center, 2 guards and a right tackle away from having a really good offensive line. So
They're an O-line away.
yeah.
Hey, Monday Night Football tonight, Lions at Ravens at 8:15. Listen, anytime I get a chance to watch the Ravens play, I do not like the Ravens.
Oh, I root against them.
I usually do too, but man, they're so electric, so fun to watch offensively. Lamar Jackson, man, unbelievable.
Yeah, I've got Derrick Henry in 2 of my fantasy leagues, so he's been boomer bust in week 1 and week 2. He put up like 36 points in week 1, and then week 2 like left me out to absolute dry. So.
And he had that big fumble in that one game. And of course, Detroit. They looked so bad in that first game, and then last week they looked real good. So which Detroit team do we see? I like the Lions. I'm hoping that they can beat the Ravens. So. I can't stand them, man.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. This old Cleveland Browns fan does not like the Baltimore Ravens, but they're good.
I can balance that out because I enjoy watching them. I enjoy watching Lamar Jackson.
Oh, I enjoy too.
I don't have any ill will against.
I can
them.
appreciate talent.
Yeah, so they've got one of my favorite dogs ever in Roquan Smith playing linebacker. So
boy, when the Bears let him go, I thought that was a huge mistake.
I'm with you. But yeah, NFL has been fun for the first couple.
The NFL never fails, guys. It doesn't. Every week, it's like you had so many games going down to the last play. Field goals getting blocked. I mean, people make. I mean, it's just unbelievable. The NFL does this each and every Sunday.
I could not. Did you see that with Jordan Davis yesterday blocking the field goal
against the Rams?
I did not.
Okay, so him and Jalen Carter both got a block in that game, and Jordan Davis blocked the Rams field goal for them to win the game.
Yeah, end of the game.
Not only did he block it, then he scooped it and ran 18 miles an hour down the field.
That's a big boy moving really fast.
It's the fastest person over 330 in NFL history. So I asked Jim when I walked in here, I said, could you imagine 330 pounds running at you at 18 miles an hour?
That's wild.
Like I'm getting out of the way.
I'd just drop to my knees and pray. He steps over me and not on me.
Just run the other way, Jim.
But they called it.
Outrun me though.
They called it the Jordan Davis game. Like this is what Philly has pegged it because he was dominant, not just on special teams. He scored a touchdown, but then on the defensive side of the ball, he was very dominant.
Oh, by the way, in the tush push or the whatever they call it in Philadelphia, again, a false start was missed by the officials yesterday.
And they said I had one of those ESPN notifications come over my phone that they are going to watch it heavily.
Yeah, and they missed it anyway.
Yeah,
they put out a memo.
Yeah, they put out a memo.
Hey, real quick, let's go local for a second, guys. This week in middle school football, Lake Forest is at Seymour. That game's at 6:30. The Ocoee Colts are hosting Chill Howie. That game's going to be on Mixed TV, also up at Walker Valley High School there at the MAC. JV at 5:30, varsity at 7. Again, Ocoee versus Chihowie. That is the Mixed TV middle school game this week. And then Cleveland Middle, they're hosting McMinn. JV at 5 o'clock, varsity at 6:30. Once again, that's Cleveland versus McMinn. So big games going on this week for middle school. Last week, Lake Forest lost to Maryville 42-0. And I had the opportunity to talk to Andy Jenkins earlier today, and Maryville, they just do football different up there, middle school included. And Ocoee had a big win over Ray County, 33-0, and Cleveland Middle won a tight one over Boyd Buchanan, 22-20. So a lot going on with middle school there. And, of course, high school football. All of our high school coverage is presented by Food City. At Bradley last week beat Red Bank 21-10. Cleveland lost on the road at Oak Ridge 35-7, and the Walker Valley Mustangs beat Ooltewah down there off exit 11 41-6. Big games coming up this week for high school football. Bradley hosting Oak Ridge, Cleveland hosting Tyner, and Walker Valley hosting Saudi Daisy. All 3 games here in Bradley County, and we'll have complete coverage on all 3 of our stations.
Yeah, looking forward to that Bradley Oak Ridge game. I think that's going to be a good one. Walker Valley, Saudi Daisy can. That's a tough team.
Don't sleep on them.
Walker Valley needs to play well to win that one, and whoever made that Cleveland schedule and they put Tyner on there, that's a good team, man. I don't care if they are a couple, links down on the pecking order as far as regions. That's a good team.
And I've thrown a lot of shade on that schedule because it is probably one of the absolute toughest schedules in the state.
No question.
Like, all kidding aside. And I've kind of been throwing that at athletic director Al Morris, who obviously everyone that listens to this show knows that's my brother. Come to find out, Coach Tygard made that schedule before he departed, so we can throw some shade at Coach Tygard.
Sorry to laugh. That's just kind
of
funny. You make that schedule and then
because he's heard
peace out.
He's heard me on this show like give him a hard time and like call him a moron for scheduling. He's like, dude, I didn't make the schedule. Like, stop. Like, so
who approved it though?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
There you go.
Pecking order never fails.
God, I'm just kidding.
But hey, as we're talking local, did you guys hear that Bradley Central announced their Hall of Fame class of 2025?
Did I make it?
You didn't, Jim.
Oh, missed that.
Neither did I. No worries though. But last Friday on Mixed Mornings, we had our guy Gary Ownby came on with Principal Patrick Spangler, and they announced that Louis Alford, Turner Jackson, Martha Frazier, Tom Johnson, and Steve Gibson, along with Brenda Lawson, were all part of that Hall of Fame class, which is pretty impressive. And when you talk athletically speaking, Louis Alford
won a state championship in 1976.
That's it.
And then
there. Turner Jackson, he is the man responsible for starting the dynasty that is Bradley Wrestling.
Yeah,
he is the one that.
How long's he been there?
Man, he's been there, I believe, since 1980. It was early. I want to say 81 or 82.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there for a while and still cranking over there as athletic director.
Man. We saw him first game of the year. We had a little conversation with him.
Yeah, but a very impressive Hall of Fame class with that group there. So I wanted to get that out there before we went back to some college football coverage because there was so much going on in college football. And so I'm looking at this week. There's a lot of games that stand out to me, and one stands out a little bit more than most, and it's that LSU at Ole Miss game. Number 4 LSU, number 13 Ole Miss. Does Lane Kiffin step up and get a big-time win this week?
I think Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss have a real opportunity to beat LSU. LSU's pretty darn good, but there's flaws on that team too. I saw that Florida game. Florida handed it to them, but LSU struggled in that game too. I think if Ole Miss plays their A game, they can come out with a win. Not going to be easy. I think LSU probably has a deeper overall roster, but I think the fact that Ole Miss is at home playing at Vaught Hemingway Stadium, I think Ole Miss has a real opportunity to, I'm not going to say steal a win, but get a real close win. I don't think the Ole Miss can blow out LSU, but I think they can win a squeaker.
Here's something though, boys. There's some mind games being played. And I can't tell who's playing the mind games. So Landry Kiffin, Lane's daughter, just came out today, Instagram official, dating the star linebacker of LSU.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
I'm not lying. So he is in a relationship with Whit Weeks, LSU's star linebacker. The week of the it is breaking.
Listen, Jacob's going too deep on this stuff.
So
it's like a soap opera, man.
No, so either Lane's playing mind games or LSU's linebackers playing mind games. But either way, I'm here for it.
That is, you couldn't write a script and that nobody would believe that. That's crazy.
You know what that reminds me of? That going back several years, you'll remember this, Jim, when Brady Quinn's sister was dating A.J. Hawk.
That's right. I remember
that's
that.
her husband now,
and that
by
was
the
in
way.
the bowl game. Remember that?
Yeah, Fiesta Bowl.
They
Fiesta
wore
Bowl.
the jersey half blue and half white.
Yeah, that's what that reminds me of a little bit. But while we're talking SEC football specifically, here in just a minute, we're going to let Jim get us inside the SEC. That's sponsored by Southern Heritage Bank. But it was leaked today, came out, I believe On3 was first to report that the SEC has announced.
Chris Lowe. Yeah.
So Chris Lowe announced that the SEC has released their 3 per school games that are going to be locked in over the next 4 years. And Tennessee's, so let me get to the right place here on my spreadsheet. So Tennessee's was Alabama, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt.
Just like we've been saying, what we all thought, we were hoping that wasn't going to be the case, but that's what we kind of consensus. We thought that's probably what would happen.
And Georgia's is Auburn, Florida, and South Carolina. So we could go down this whole list and say who everybody's is, but apparently Each university was asked, who is your number one? Who can you not lose? Who do you not want to lose as an annual matchup for the next 4 years?
And Tennessee said Alabama.
Which I'm glad they did. I would hate to lose that game. Alabama would, of course, say Auburn.
Right.
So this is my thing with it. I think there's so many different ways around the way they're doing this. And I already kind of know probably where you both stand on this. But why not just go back to 2 divisions? Why not do that and then rotate?
I'm with you there. I know. I said that to Jim before you walked in. Like, if you go back to divisions, you avoid all of this, and you still get to play some of these more traditional. Like, it's a crime to me that Tennessee and Florida are not playing. It's a crime. It's a crime. But I get it, because you sit here and look at the history of college football. Tennessee and Kentucky have played over 100 times. Vandy and Tennessee have played over 100 times. We like these games because they started in the 90s when divisions and stuff popped out.
In 92.
And that's why we care so much about it, because it's a part of our lifetime. To these universities and the historians of all of it, they want to continue playing these games, even though Tennessee's 180 and Vandy's 133 and Tennessee's 185 against Kentucky and they've only won 26. It still means something to those universities, so I get it. But the whole point of them doing this is so that every team, and me and Jim talked about this, so every team comes on campus at least once every 4 years. Georgia has still not been to Texas A&M. They have been in the conference
since 2014.
We've still not been there.
Isn't that crazy? Well, and you were talking about, we said, hey, Tennessee's number one option was Alabama. Well, Kentucky's number one was Tennessee. Vanderbilt's number one was Tennessee. So the SEC office is going to give them a carrot. Say, okay, well, you get Tennessee. Oh, and you get Tennessee. Well, guess what, Tennessee? You get Alabama, and unfortunately, you get, and I hate to say it like Vanderbilt and Kentucky. It is what it is.
That's so liberal, though. Like, honestly. Honestly.
I know,
like, hey, we're going to give you that one, but then this is everything else you're going to do.
You know what I like? You know who Alabama's are? They're Auburn, Tennessee, and Mississippi State. You know who Vanderbilt's are? Auburn, Tennessee, Mississippi State. They've got the exact same 3.
And see, that's another one. You're telling me no Alabama, LSU every year?
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
Like that sucks. Like
that's where I'm at on this. And if you go back to divisions, and I know everyone's going to say, well, then you don't get as accurate of an SEC championship. We had a conversation the other day. The SEC championship, how much does it really matter anymore?
Well, with the 12-game playoff, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
nearly as much. It did back then when listen, the reason they went away from divisions is because the SEC West was just dominating the SEC championship game year after year after year after year after year. And then Georgia came around and started winning a few. But, I mean, it was a dominant – and a lot of times you'd have the best 2 teams in the entire conference were both in the West. Well, only one of them could play in the SEC championship game because either LSU or Alabama was the best team year after year. That's the reason they did away with it, because there were too many times they felt like the 2 best teams were in the same division. So if they do away with that, then the 2 best teams will end up playing each other in Atlanta.
And I get that, but it's like me and Jacob had this conversation – like, what does that matter anymore? Because is there going to be a team? And the reason we had this conversation is because let's say there's a scenario where Notre Dame, who's got 2 losses already, let's say they win out and they're trying to get in above some people. Are you going to allow Notre Dame to jump a team because they got their 3rd loss in the SEC championship?
That's the key.
So, like, does it matter? I honestly don't think that a team should get punished anymore for losing a close game in a conference championship. I don't.
No, there shouldn't.
They shouldn't, but unfortunately they do.
They shouldn't. And to be quite honest with you, I think I would die on this hill, even if they got waxed. Even if like you go back to when Georgia got
46-3.
Yeah, when Joe Burrow just walked all over our faces. If a Notre Dame jumped Georgia because we had to play a game that they did not have to
in
play
the conference,
right? In
a conference championship game, I would be furious.
I agree with you.
But see, I don't think that would happen now. Where we're at now with this 12-team playoff, I don't think that someone else would get left out before they left that Georgia team out.
As long as we've got human beings. Humans are flawed, and they're biased. Whether we agree with it or not, or accept it or not, there's bias, and there's a they can't be that good. They just got beat by 40 points.
You heard it here, Jim Gum, big AI guy.
Hey, on a positive note, I do feel like they absolutely nailed Texas's 3. They absolutely nailed it. Texas A&M, Arkansas, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That is, out of all of the teams, they have the most appropriate, like, historically who they should be playing. So kudos to that one. But here we are pandering to Texas.
You mean Oklahoma Ole Miss isn't a historical? They've played twice, by the way, y'all.
Well,
permanent opponent.
Easy solution. Go back to the old SEC East, where Missouri was a part of that. Missouri was a part of that. So go back to that.
Missouri's definitely in the East, and they're in the Southeast too, right?
And then put Oklahoma over there as well, and allow Oklahoma's one locked-in tie-in game to the other side be Texas. And that way you're not losing that game. Let Missouri's be Texas A&M. Those are your crossover games. Guess what Tennessee's crossover would be that's locked in? Alabama. If you went back to divisions, you could make it work and keep so many good games and still have a rotation of 2 other games.
The good thing, they're going to revisit this in 4 years, so maybe they'll make some changes.
So with that, we're going to take a quick break right here on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. When we come back, going to talk some really quickly about the Atlanta Braves and some more football stuff.
The Drive will be back after a quick timeout. Stay tuned for more nonstop sports talk on The Drive, presented by Hardees.
Hardees is hiring. Join the Star Team. Flexible scheduling, daily pay, free meals, 20% family discount, plus paid vacation for part-time and full-time employees. Apply in-store or online at hardees.com today.
When competition is fierce, sports injuries happen, and Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics is here to help. Saturday sports clinics are available at our Chattanooga and Cleveland offices from August 23rd through November 8th for the treatment of non-emergency orthopedic injuries like sprains, strains, and fractures. Doors open at 9 a.m., no appointment needed to be seen by our highly trained physicians and clinical staff. Saturday sports clinic dates are subject to change. Check sportmed.com for the latest information. That's sportmed.com.
For the past quarter century, Mix 104.1 has been your home for UT Vols football. That's something to celebrate. Vol 25 is here. ESPN Cleveland 101.3 and USS are giving you a chance to win tickets to all of the Tennessee road games this season. Each Monday before a road game, you can register to win tickets to that Saturday's Vols game. Vol 25 is brought to you by USS. Visit USSTN.com/Chattanooga. For more information, check out our ESPN Cleveland 101.3 socials on Facebook and Instagram.
Need a new shop, garage, or other unique space? Explore post-frame building kits from Best Buy Metals. Best Buy Metals kits utilize steel trusses for the ultimate in strength and durability. When you need it to last, call Best Buy Metals. Stop by or visit bestbuymetalroof.com for your custom structure.
Do your legs feel heavy, tired, or achy? Dr. James Gooden at Milligan Vein offers an office treatment that can make you look and feel better, and your procedure is covered by most insurance. Visit milliganvein.com or call Dr. Gooden today at 423-961-5682.
You work hard, you take care of your family, you handle business, but when's the last time you took care of yourself? At Magnolia Dental Center of Cleveland, we get it. You don't need pampering. You need honest, high-quality dental care that fits your life. No lectures, no pressure. Just a team that respects your time and gets the job done right. So don't wait until it hurts. Call Magnolia Dental Center today. Take care of your smile like you take care of everything else. Call 423-476-3307 or visit magnoliadentalcenterofcleveland.com to schedule an appointment today.
So what's the best way to pick a local law firm? Google 5-star reviews, of course. There are some local law firms with a few. There are some, though, that have a few more. Yeah. But if you want the local law firm with the most 5-star reviews, well, that would be Warren and Griffin by a long shot.
I'm Seymour. I'm John Moore. We have more 5-star reviews than any law firm in this area.
Call us at 265-HURT. We are your local law firm.
Welcome back to The Drive, presented by Hardees. Join the conversation. Text 423-749-1013. You can also listen anywhere on our website, ESPNCleveland1013.com.
When it comes to Mayfield Dairy ice cream, you'll never have a boring bite. Their limited edition ice creams include cherry chocolate chip and banana pudding. They're inspired by traditional Southern recipes and seasonal favorites. Pick some up today at your local grocery store and visit them online at mayfielddairy.com. With that, we're joined by Cleveland High School head football coach Chris Brown. I'll tell you what, this show snuck up on us. It's already time for Coach Brown to come on with us a little bit later than usual. We apologize about that, Coach Brown.
No worries. Always a privilege to be able to speak to you guys.
Yeah, excited to have you on with us. Coach, last week you guys had a tough one up there at Oak Ridge. Lost that game 35-7. What could you tell us about the game and who stood out to you guys?
We just, Oak Ridge is a good quality program, and they've got guys that are either committed to or have interest from the Division I level. And, for us, we just got to focus on continuing to get better, to be the best versions of ourselves. And we had some guys really play some of the best games. Max Denatolis, defensively, he's a junior middle linebacker, did a great job for us. I think he had 7 tackles and did a good job between the tackles with a really good running back. Offensively, Cole Bowman, a junior offensive lineman, one of the few with experience from last year, graded out the highest, and they had a moose knuckle of a nose guard there that we were assigned to inside. He did a great job on him when his matchup was called for it.
So, Coach, who are some of the youngsters that are playing for you this year that we should look forward to in future seasons?
Well, we've pulled 3 freshmen up to the varsity squad. Jai Isbell is a freshman cornerback and receiver who's is already in position to be a letterman this year. Done a good job for us, continues to develop. And then we have just a host of sophomores that, either starters or position leaders. Dax Evans has been a nightmare for other teams' offensive lines at defensive end. It sounds kind of crazy to say this, but we've got guys who are flashing all over the field, and a lot of them are under 16 years old.
Coach, I heard from Terry earlier today that Casey McGowan had a pretty good game.
He continues to just use his athleticism and his playmaking ability, and he's got a way about him that's electric, and now it's a matter of just getting all the pieces to coordinate together and letting his ability shine through his teammates as they do their job, and not trying to overcompensate for everything happening at once. But yes, he got a strong game.
Coach, you played Tyner this week. What can you tell us about him?
They're just uber athletic. It's a very athletic team, especially at the skill positions. Coach Maynard's done a great job there of building that program off of Coach Chandler, who I think is Scott Chandler's an outstanding man. So proud of what they've been able to do, and just they're not just a good 3A team. They're a very good football team. Period. So it's another really strong challenge for us, but for the direction that we want our program to go, the goals that we have for Cleveland, and what Cleveland's goal should always be, you need to play teams like this. So we're acknowledging the challenge, and honestly wouldn't have it any other way. And,
Coach, you guys are back at Benny Monroe Stadium this Friday, correct?
Yes, sir, we are. Home game. Homecoming.
Coach, let me ask you something. Are you a better football team today than you were a month ago?
Leaps and bounds, not even close. The version of the team we are right now would beat the version that started the year 50-0.
Okay.
I love it.
I love to hear that too, man.
It's good stuff. Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. Sorry we snuck up on you a little bit there, but definitely pulling for you guys and looking forward to see what's in store for the Blue Raiders.
Always a pleasure, guys. Thank you all very much.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Chris Brown, the head football coach of the Cleveland Blue Raiders, always a good interview. And listen, the man stands on business. He does. He really does. Anytime we talk to him, he doesn't sugarcoat anything. No. But he is realistic about where his team stands and what he expects and the standard that he expects at Cleveland High School. And to hear that I'm so glad you asked that question. To hear that they have confidence in their progression tells me all I need to know.
Well, what's exciting, this time next year, we'll be talking about a lot of victories from this Cleveland team. Guys that are losing today, but next year, I'll promise you, there'll be a much better team. Probably a few more players on the roster that aren't there currently. And I fully expect that Cleveland will be a competitive team in 2026. It changes so fast these days. We've talked about, in college football, how it changes overnight. Look what Kurt Signetti has done in Indiana. You can do the same thing in high school football, because, frankly, the rules are the same. Guys can transfer in and out. And so you see where your weaknesses are. You see if maybe someone's interested in coming there. They come. Hello, you've got your that weakness is now a strength. So that's what you got to hope for.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and go on over to our Atlanta Braves coverage really quickly here. As Mayfield brought us in, Mayfield is the sponsor of all Braves, all things Braves here on The Drive. Despite the Braves' 8-game winning streak, mathematically they have been eliminated from postseason play, ending a 7-year postseason run, unfortunately, for the Braves. And a lot of questions going on here as we wind up this season of what's Brian Snitker going to do? Is he going to make a decision this week? Is he going to say something about coming back? Is he going to retire? A lot of questions about that out there. Also, Drake Baldwin has been making a push for his case to win Rookie of the Year, doing some business up there in Detroit this past weekend. The Braves won 6-2 yesterday to complete a sweep of the Tigers, and went 7-0 on that road trip. Also swept the Washington Nationals 4 games in the series prior to that Tiger series. So Strider continues to improve, gets the win there, looks good. Drake Baldwin, Ha-Seong Kim, all those guys. Matt Olson continue to be monsters at the plate. Tonight, Braves are back at home against the struggling Nationals on the mound tonight. I don't actually have that. I don't know if they've released that yet. We'll get that out here in a second. But first pitch at 7:15 on Mix 104.1. And with that, so we actually do have a winner, I believe, for our Buffalo Wild Wings Monday. So I want to say this. Jacob, Jim, and I did not pick this winner.
No, we did not.
I'm so glad that somebody walked in with this on here, because we had so many people. We had a lot of people get on here and try to win this Cleveland Insurance Buffalo Wild Wing gift card giveaway, and we did not pick the winner. But the Buffalo Wild Wing Monday winner is Katie Padgett. So congratulations, Katie.
Katie Padgett's my new best friend, Katie. Just saying. Just
trying to find.
Congratulations to Katie for winning that. So,
but hey, the good news is we are doing this all week.
That's right. And if you entered today and you didn't win, enter again tomorrow. You can re-enter each day. It will be a new winner now. You can't win but one time this week. But that's awesome.
Can we give some behind the scenes on this? Like, none of us wanted to pick this because we knew so many people that had texted in trying to enter, and this was brought. I consider that a gift, because we were going to take some heat from some of these friends of ours that entered this contest if we didn't pick them.
Ex-friends if they
That's
didn't.
right. Because listen, Stephen Shelton's lost his mind. He's giving away $50 from Cleveland Insurance in Buffalo Wild Wing gift cards every single day this week.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So so congratulations to Katie Padgett. She wins the first. But we've got one to give away on Tuesday, another one on Wednesday, another on Thursday, and again on Friday as well. So excited about that.
Yeah, she needs that because her team is not doing her any favors right now. She's a big Clemson fan.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Yeah, 1-3, bless them. Hey, if we're talking about bad news, some more bad news for the Florida Gators. I know we had a lot of Florida Gator fans texting here. DJ Lagway back in a walking boot.
Are you serious?
If I were him, I would too.
So it begins. Here we go. But here's the thing. I mean, Lord, Harrison Bailey, isn't that their backup quarterback? He's had more practice snaps than DJ Lagway has.
Interesting. Well, listen, Florida's off this week. Okay, so they have an open date, so they don't play again.
Were they just told that they weren't allowed to play this week, or is it an actual scheduled off day?
It's an actually scheduled. This is an open day, so their next game is at home again against Texas on the 4th of October, so maybe he'll be ready to go by then.
I thought the SEC might have called him and said, "Can you guys just not play this weekend? It's kind of tarnishing our reputation here."
Let's do Inside the SEC.
Let's do it, Jim.
While we're talking about it. Okay, the Inside the SEC. By the way, I got to say this. Andy stole my Inside the SEC when he brought up the schedule. So we will do it, though. We'll have Plan B here. Inside the SEC, once again, 10 schools from the Southeastern Conference are ranked in the AP Top 25. LSU sitting there at number 4. That is the highest rated team. Georgia at number 5. This is the AP, by the way. Number 7 is Oklahoma. The Sooners moving to the top 10 now after that controversial win over Auburn. Texas A&M is at number 9. The Texas Longhorns, listen to this, guys. They win 55-0 and they dropped from number 8 to number 10. Thank you very much, sir. May I have another? Okay. Ole Miss is at number 13. Tennessee continues to stay at 15. It's the third week in a row the Vols are at number 15 in the AP poll. Alabama is up to number 17. Vanderbilt, 18. Missouri at number 20. Unbelievable. That's 10 Southeastern Conference teams all in the top 20. That just goes to show you how deep the SEC is. By the way, if there was a number 26 and a number 27, it'd be Auburn and Mississippi State. Those are the first two teams also receiving votes.
Yeah, SEC's been pretty impressive up to this point. Again, small sample size, but you know what stands out to me about these rankings? Sitting right there at number 17 and 18, Alabama and Vanderbilt.
Unbelievable. And then did you see how Arkansas lost to Memphis? I mean, they're literally driving down for a game-winning field goal. The guy gets the first down, but a Memphis player, and this is coach, punched the ball out. They drop on it. And here's the thing. Arkansas had all 3 timeouts. So you thought, okay, Memphis didn't gain squat the first two, first down, second down, third down. He literally carries guys about 10 yards, gets first down, and, of course, Memphis runs out the clock after that.
And someone pointed this out to me because I made the comment that Tennessee should have ran the football in that Georgia game to make that a little bit more of a chip shot field goal. And sometimes that's what happens. You fumble the football and you turn it up, and you won't even have an opportunity.
They punch it out.
And that's what we saw in that Arkansas-Memphis game.
I guess I'm one of these, though. I'd rather lose being aggressive than
agree.
lose being passive. I'm just funny about stuff like that when it comes to football.
Hey, so about Memphis as a program, they haven't had a losing season since 2013. Ryan Silverfield has led the Tigers to back-to-back 10-win seasons and now have 4 straight home wins versus SEC foes.
4 straight?
Yes.
I did not know that.
And here's the thing, I've been one of those people kind of pounding on the door for them to be able to get into this Big 12 ACC kind of world.
They actually got turned away.
I know.
Yeah. Big 12.
And they offered $200 million. The FedEx money.
Yeah, the FedEx money's there, man.
It blows my mind, especially when they go out and do stuff like this year in and year out.
And did you see their stadium's getting a massive renovation right now?
Yeah, I think eventually when conference realignment happens, I think they'll find a way into a P4. But it just blows my mind why the 2 of those conferences don't take in a team like that.
Unbelievable.
The ACC makes more sense for Memphis than Cal and Stanford. I'll just say that much.
Yeah.
And listen, SMU would be a good conference rival in the ACC because Memphis and SMU have a history. I think Memphis would be a great fit in the ACC or the Big 12. They're right there where both would be fine geographically. So, I don't know. Interesting stuff, though.
Hey, we're throwing geographics out of the...
Oh, geography's thrown out the window anymore.
It's gone.
I don't know, guys. I'm not really good at math. Hey, with that, we got to call it a day here on The Drive. So much going on. Once again, shout out to Cleveland Insurance for giving away that $50 Buffalo Wild Wing gift card. That's huge. Every single day we're going to be doing that here on The Drive this week. Also, don't forget Vols 25 giveaway presented by USS, giving away Vols tickets to all Vols road games, every single road game this week at Mississippi State. So be sure to get on the ESPN Cleveland 1013 Facebook page to enter for those Mississippi State volunteer tickets. So with that, for Jim, Jacob, I'm Andy. Have a great day, everybody.
It's time for a Don Ledford of Cleveland traffic update on ESPN Cleveland 1013. Don Ledford Chevrolet Buick GMC, located on North Lee Highway in Cleveland. Or visit donledford.com for details. Don Ledford, where we say yes. It's on-time traffic with Commander Chuck.
Good afternoon. They're finishing up a couple of wrecks out here. One's 24 eastbound near Cummings Highway. Still a little bit slow. 24 east at Roswell Boulevard, trying to get up into the Ridge Cut with some volume. It's also still a bit heavy southbound. 153 there at Lee Highway. Some scattered showers out here in certain parts. Give yourself extra time. Rick's Lock and Key, Chattanooga's leading locksmith. If you get locked out, call Rick's Lock and Key in Chattanooga. That number's 892-1700. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
From the Alon Planning Partners Weather Center, here's your forecast on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. Visit them online at alonplanning.com or give them a call at 423-315-1441.
Mostly cloudy skies this evening. We have some thunderstorms to our west. We may see one or two thunderstorms drifting over to the Tennessee Valley. We'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, mostly cloudy overnight with a low of 68. Tomorrow, spotty storms during the morning hours. Then we'll have cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high of 87. Scattered thunderstorms likely Wednesday afternoon through Thursday morning, a high of 87 Wednesday. And then we'll see cooler air Thursday afternoon with a high of only 80. Download the Local 3 weather app, free for iPhone and Android. I'm Chief Meteorologist David Carnes for the Local 3 Storm Alert Team.
Your current Milligan Vane temperature is 83 degrees. MilliganVane.com.
Now at Hardees, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Mix and match your favorite flavors like buttermilk ranch, honey mustard, and spicy. Endless combinations.